Hello, welcome back to yet another module, and today in this module we are going to talk about the 6 key active listening skills that you need to understand and imbibe in yourself to understand people and to be a better communicator whenever you communicate with people. Well, why do you need listening and why can't you just be listening, or are you doing the listening skills right way? Well, if I tell you, listening is not just hearing sounds or hearing voices or to just listen for the sake of speaking or forming opinions. Listening has a much deeper concept because it is the first way that we understand or communicate the ideas. The same way speaking is important, listening is far more important than even speaking beforehand. Because unless and until we listen clearly and we understand what the other person wants to convey, we cannot actually form our opinions, or at least for that matter, convey our own opinions rightly to another person. So that is why you need active listening skills. Now, what is active listening skills? Active listening skills is when you actively listen to someone, when you actively understand or comprehend or try to paraphrase what the other person is trying to say. So what are these 6 key features? Today I am going to talk about those in this short and crisp module. Now for that, you need to actively listen to this module as well. Now, what is the first key step in active listening? The first key step in active listening is paying attention. The same way you are paying attention to what I am speaking right now, you need to pay attention whenever you communicate, whenever you talk to people. Try this 80-20 rule. Whenever you are in communication with someone else, let them speak for 80% of the time and you just reserve your comments, your opinions, your inputs for the last 20%. Because even the best of the best masters try to listen and understand what the other person might want to say and then form their opinions and give their inputs. Because only when you listen thoroughly, you can present your ideas in the most simple and clear form. So the second key feature here is listening without judgment. Now what is this? What is this listening without judgment talks about? Listening without judgment is when you don't form opinion while you're listening. While you're listening, pay attention to what the person is saying. Don't form opinion just on the basis of answering back. Instead, listen to it, comprehend, and then, so what we were talking about the third point or the third key feature of active listener. Now, what are you going to do in the third stage? You have to reflect. Reflect to whatever the other person is trying to communicate, whether there is an internal meaning to it, whether there is a hidden meaning that you might miss out if you try to not understand what the person is trying to say. So the third point is very important. It is to reflect on what the person is actually talking to you about. Fourth is clarify. Clarify. Don't be shy. Ask the person questions if you feel you are not able to connect to that person while he's communicating or sharing an idea. You have to clarify and ask the questions to the same person. If you don't understand what the other person actually wants to say, you cannot comprehend what the person's actual message is all about. So what you have to do is ask questions if you don't understand or if you are not able to clarify what the person is trying to communicate to you. And then the fifth part is to summarize. Summarize in a nutshell inside your head as to what the person actually communicated to you in the entire conversation. Maybe he talked about something and jumped over to 2-3 more topics. Did the entire topic was on the same part or was on the same topic, or whether he switched the topics over and over while he was communicating to you. That is the part where you actually summarize or paraphrase inside your head as to what the other person tried to communicate to you. And then finally, the most important part is once you have understood and comprehended the entire message that was delivered to you, you share your opinions. Now is the time to share and pass on what you felt about the conversation, or actually add inputs if you are asked to do so. So if you follow these very basic simple 6-stage techniques of active listening, you are going to never miss out on any kind of hidden meanings, or for that matter be a really good communicator when it comes to listening. So let's have a quick recap as to what we understood in today's module. First is to pay attention. Pay attention to what the person is saying. Second is don't form opinion or listen without judgment. Third is to reflect on what the person is saying. Fourth is to clarify if you have any doubts while the person is talking to you. Fifth is to summarize what the entire topic was all about, what the conversation was all about. And finally, the sixth step is to share. Share means when you are bringing out your own opinions and your own part of conversation. So that was all a very quick, very snappy, but very intriguing 6-step procedure to practice active listening. So I hope you had a really good time understanding and learning this technique. So with this video, I'm also going to attach a handout for your ready reference so as to understand why active listening or practicing active listening is more important for you. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you had a great learning time with this module. Thanks a lot. Bye bye now.